Last time we got a medallion in Sinking Sands, and now we're back to Sinking Sands. It's gonna be really tempting to call this area Sinking Sandland, just to try to draw even more pointless comparisons to Super Mario 64, but I'll try my hardest not to. And on the way to getting that first medallion, I remembered noticing a large deposit of the 7 keys required for one of the medallions, so that's the one I intend to go for next. Man, I remember in the first level when there was like a very small area that it looked like you could stand on and not get hurt, but I guess even if you were standing there, you would still get hurt if the spikes were out. Yeah, that kind of sucked. I kind of like how my character is just, by default, walking around with her arms extended. Even though this isn't a tightrope, but I guess it is a tightrope-like surface, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so I keep thinking that this whole thing I'm standing on is moving, and it is, but just barely. Honestly, these keys aren't really even that hard to get. I really like how they're all in the same area. And of course they did put the medallion in a slightly more difficult to reach area. But it shouldn't be too difficult to... Okay, very good. Wasn't sure if I was going to land in the insta-death quicksand or on the medallion. I am really curious as to what the heck that glowing white aura in the middle of it is. Alright, so the name of the mission that we're currently in is called Start Old Sally, and this train's name apparently is Old Sally, so... She... looking for a mechanic... Oh, right, I totally forgot. There's like a big old town thing to explore in this area that I haven't even gone to yet. There's probably at least 3 medallions worth of random stuff here. Wonder how many train tools there are. They never said how many. I'm gonna try to get a picture of this hothead just because it has a cowboy hat, so it might count as a different thing. Nope, still the same bucket head. What, no health? Oh my gosh, keep selecting the wrong tools, and these buildings cannot be dug into. It was worth a try. They kind of look like they were made out of sand, just a little bit. Mostly because it's almost the exact same color. Maybe once I get to 3 train tools, I'll try going back, if I don't immediately see any others. You know, just because the rule of 3 is so prevalent in video games. Tall crane. Man, you're gonna keep giving me things that sound like things from Mario 64, aren't you? Well, it is nice being this high up, but I don't know if I see any other... Like, I see glowy things, but those are obviously keys from the last medallion we just got. Man, it would have been really nice if whatever that character's name was would have told me what quantity of tools I needed to bring to her was. Singing? More like wind chime crystals, if you ask me. If you count that as singing, I guess whatever floats your boat. Oh my gosh, I nearly got assaulted by that snake again. Only been like, what, the 8th time I've been hit by that thing? Well, I was right about it being 3. Must always do rolling long jumps, and what on earth are you doing? That was a really bizarre little dance-a-marugi, or however you say that. Now, this, yeah, this green thing has just been taunting me. I know it's only worth like 5 coins, but I have to have it anyway. We've already found the booth where you trade in your 100 coins for a medallion, which we now know is possible to achieve without being kicked out of the level, I think. My memory is failing me currently. Wait, what the heck? So I'm pretty sure I needed to go that way. So what, do I now just have to wait for the train to come back? If I had known only trains are allowed to go through this thing, I would have been in a much bigger hurry. And this might be my first fossil for this area, so it's a large bird's beak. I'm trying to think of like things that would be indigenous to the desert that we'd be finding fossils on. That's probably me thinking way too much into the physiology of this game. So, remember when I was looking around for areas to change costumes? Well, now the area to change costumes in has unlocked, so we gotta investigate here. Looks like there's only one thing, and okay, I guess it just makes me red. What about those? This must just be normal, yep. What about that bucket head thing I found? That doesn't count? Maybe there's more backpacks to find out in the wilderness or something. Alright, back to our regularly scheduled sinking sands. Well, looks like they're opening up a whole new area of the map just for us, because it's mission, what, 4, 3? Yeah, 4. Pretty sure it's 4. If we could find some way to do that opening segment with the like, what am I trying to say? Like, how you just finagle your way around that climbable surface thing? That'd be great. So if someone were to speedrun this game, they'd probably find some combination of rolling long jumps to get you beyond where all that stuff is. And really, a cave with a signpost? Oh, check behind the sandfall. Well, normally you check behind all the waterfalls, so why wouldn't I check behind the sandfall? There might not be anything of... Oh, there's a golden gear. Been a while since we've collected any of those. So there was something of interest here in the old town, or whatever they call this area. Actually, it might be really easy to just get a nice overview of the world and try to figure out where that area that just opened up is. If we, yeah, come up here on this giant crane here. Well, there's a radio tower that probably needs to be turned on, and that'll almost certainly get us a star. But I kind of want to find that snake pit that was alluded to in that little teaser in the opening. That's just the up top of an area close to the beginning where we started. So let's explore a little bit, take lots of damage, attempt to collect coins, but don't actually collect coins, because we all know if I do that, I'll surely die at least 2 or 3 times. But at least we got more gears. Yeah, and I believe, I haven't done it yet, because I haven't gone and talked to that girl. Mechanic, maybe her name is just the Mechanic Girl. Who knows? I don't know the names of any of these characters. Anyways, I believe it's 1 medallion for every 5 golden gears you bring her. However, I kind of just feel like seeing what happens if I just stack a whole bunch. And if she'll give them all to me at once, or I probably will just have to talk to her a bunch of times over and watch the same cutscene of the medallion appearing like a whole bunch of times, but it'll be fun just getting a whole bunch of medallions at once, you know, like when you wait until the end of the game to trade in blueprints to Snidely in Donkey Kong 64. Which, that one does allow you to trade them all in at once, you just have to watch a small cutscene of them going, oh, banana, for like a minute and a half. That's always fun. Alright, that is definitely a new costume, and now that I see it on screen, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. There is no way I am continuing onward without getting that thing. Why is the top of this pipe so slippery? I mean, I guess pipes would be slippery, but the one directly below it is not nearly as slippery, so... Must always do my little sideways somersault into a wall jump into a double jump, which... It's been very successful throughout the... Okay. I did it! Grab the thing. Oh. That's kind of a lame costume. It's called Zombie, but the only thing it does is just put a green tint on my character. Should have been called Green Tint Costume. Oh, hey. That's definitely the snake pit. So, why don't we head off towards that area, but first, let's grab 10 coins. 40% of the way there, but also, like, significantly far away from where the drop-off point is, so I do not think I'll be going for 100 coins during this excursion into the level, but hey, I'm a zombie now, so that's kind of cool, right? Don't know why I'm messing around grabbing coins when I already just got done saying that I wasn't going for 100 coins, but I've lied to you several other times before. Actually, what I was mostly looking around for is places to dig so I can get some more of those sweet, sweet fossils, and I noticed that there is one right under here. Ta-da! Oh man, you're gonna make me jump off. Fine. Is it a fossilized wing? No, it's a tail. The windfish. Wasn't that the thing at the end of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening? It was some kind of fish with wings, wasn't it? It's been a while since I've played that one, but that's actually definitely up there. Maybe not in terms of favorite. Oh, hello, it's you. No, I don't feel like playing hide-and-seek right now, though it was kind of fun playing hide-and-seek, just finding you randomly standing behind this thing in the level. I came here to get the Snake Pit medallion, and by George, I'm gonna get the Snake Pit medallion. What was I talking about? Oh right, Zelda games. Yeah, it's really hard for me to say anything about like what my favorite Zelda game would be, but I can tell you this, and that's that out of the Zelda games that I have played the most, it definitely goes Ocarina of Time and then Link's Awakening. Actually, Link's Awakening might be tied with Minish Cap. Minish Cap kind of lends itself well to being played multiple times when it's such a shorter game. And I wasn't paying attention to Fossil Man. What was he saying? So, this is an artifact and it has to be moved, and since I activated that switch, I guess it allows me to push it. Or maybe he's just a total wuss and can't push it. What does this have to do with snakes? I thought we were going to be doing like a... Oh, so now I have to find some way to push. Because I thought these things... Oh, you know what? I bet it was the switch. Once I deactivate the switch, it'll start moving again. Yep. This isn't that hard. But yeah, when the medallion's name was Into the Snake Pit, I immediately thought we were going to be like reenacting Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Which would be pretty cool. I mean, we are digging for fossils and collecting things, so we're kind of like in Indiana Jones a little bit. Maybe at the end of this game we'll start teaching a collegiate class about exploration. What would be the closest college major to something that we're doing right now? I guess archaeology. Nothing immediately comes to mind, although those rings totally look like a certain like sour candy that I can't think of the name of, but you know, they're like ring shaped and they're sour and they're yellow and orange. So we've come all this way to have another platforming exhibition, and how much you want to bet once we get to the top it's just going to be another Yep, just a medallion sitting right there. Alright. One thing I like about this game is it immediately tells you what star you just got. Heart of the Sand Pit. That was not Into the Snake Pit. Or maybe that's what the name of it was, and I was just completely ignoring it and thought it said Snake Pit. Why don't we check before we go back in the level? Okay, it was called Heart of the Sand Pit. Why did I keep thinking snakes over and over again? Okay, so now that hide and seek is happening, it looks like she's in a completely different... No, she's in the same location, it's just from a weird angle that we're being presented her position. But before I go and play hide and seek with what's-her-name, which is coincidentally the name of all the female characters in this game, including the one I'm currently playing as. Also, this looks exactly like that Heart of the Sand Pit from earlier. Anyways, before I start playing hide and seek, I'm going to see if I can collect 100 coins without dying. So, those of you who have been watching up until this point might want to brace yourselves for imminent failure. But I'll try to be as careful as I can. I do have an extra hit I can take before I expire, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Just gotta look around for as many of those green and blue gems as I can. Oh, also I found an easy way to get to, this is where Heart of the Sand Pit was, right? Same area. Yep, that looks about right. So now that we have that in mind, we can do that, and let's go immediately to where hide and seek thing is, and actually we might be able to... I was gonna say we might be able to activate the hide and seek, like, mission, and then we can look around for her while I'm collecting coins, but there might be a time limit on that, so I'm gonna stave that off for... She seems to favor hiding in trees, so it might not be so hard to find when there's not a lot of trees in this particular level. We'll see. It'll be good for some fun times. Right now, what I really want to do is get that blue medallion, but I think even this is... Never mind. I was gonna say, that looks so high, even my patented method of getting up to tall areas isn't going to be enough, but it ended up that it totally was enough. Yeah, let's just try and steer clear of enemies as much as I can. Wait, what? They're actually, like, talking to me about rolling long jumps now? Not sure why you take an extra hit of damage, but it doesn't really make it any more difficult. So they're talking big about this egg over here. Is it just a new location? Yeah, looks like it's just a new location. With some extra coins, and we're already 67% of our way to a new medallion. Which is great. Let's just hope I can get the remaining coins that I need without anything super bad happening. And without crying. I mean, for landing the plane. After the pilot got a Charlie horse. Which I gave him. Oh my gosh, it's a tree with a stool, convenient for sitting on. I give it 12 to 7 odds that hide and seek girl will end up hiding, and then I'll have to seek her in that location precisely. Okay, there's a lot of enemies here. I'm just gonna try and steer clear of them instead of the deviating a little bit from the typical strategy of just killing everything that moves. Instead, if something moves, run away and hope it doesn't mess with you. Also fossil location. Also fossil location. Oh, there it is. I just saw some random little black thing and thought that was just dirt. Turns out it was the fossil. How many coins do we have now? Okay, so I need 14 coins. And I can hit 3 times without dying. I'm still not 100% confident that I can get the medallion without dying, just because that always seems to happen. What do you have to say? Oh. Thanks, sentient sign. Reminds me of when I was playing Mario 64 and playing as a sign. I really need to stop making references to Mario 64. I mean, it's highly likely that if you're watching this video, you've probably at least seen it being played, but that doesn't give me an excuse to make a whole bunch of pointless references to it. Alright, there's a fiver. And there's the thing that... Oh wait, no, that's not a fiver, that's just, that's just the light indicating that the gate is open. Dang it. Fool's gold, I tell you. Oh. So there were coins above the, spikes that I just got skewered by and didn't see. And I think I collected them while at the same time being blown upwards from knockback from... Oh my gosh, I almost got spiked. I hate spikes! Well, what I was essentially trying to say was that I think there was basically no change in the amount of coins that I had. Because I collected coins and I had to blast it away from me at the same time. Oh man, it totally looks like you can get up there without taking an unnecessary long detour. Oh, now I'm determined. Okay, good. I did it. But getting up to there might actually be even... Okay, never mind. I continue to surprise even myself, and that looks like enough coins to get to 100. And 3. Quick, long jump, run away from all the enemies that are attempting to steal your coins. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Now I can do that hide-and-seek garbage thing I wanted to do. Let's go see if she's where I predicted she would be. Although, going into it, I believe she did give us a hint and say that she'll always be in her treehouse, so maybe it's my prediction was less of a prediction and just, like, me finding the exact solution to obtaining the star. Also, I am now inclined to check behind all these waterfalls now that... I mean, sand falls, now that there was that signpost that was like, hey, you should check behind the sand falls. Oh, and what was that thing I also predicted, that there would be a time limit? Okay, I would like to stop taking damage. It's because I went for 100 coins. It has to be. There's just like some taboo thing about doing it, because it's the one thing that requires you to stay in the level for a while. So we're gonna try this again, and I'm not gonna even bother with that fossil location until later. Just wanted to be able to jump up to where that minecart is, so I can... Well, I guess I did just that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the tree is right there in front of me. Standing right in front of you with no one else around, and I can see you right there. It's very easy to find you. And do I want to try and go for that fossil that I died when I was right next to, or, you know what, screw it.